Okay, seconds
Adapt
away.
or die.
3, 2, 1, rolling.
I'm Robert Williams from MetalRules.com, and joining me here in San Antonio at the Metal Masters Tour is none other than the metal gods themselves, the legendary Judas Priest. How you guys doing today?
Good. Doing good. Good to be back in San Antonio.
How's the Nostradamus Tour going so far?
It's going really, really good. Although we class this as the Metal Masters Tour, the Nostradamus Tour will come later. This is just really to get back on the road in front of our fans. You know, we've been away for 2 years in the studio making Nostradamus, and we'll emphasise more of that work later next year. But for us, it's just being on the road again, seeing all the fans, being on this great Metal Masters Tour with all the other bands, and just having good times.
Looking back at your discography, you guys never make the same album twice. You know, everything from Sad Wings, British Steel, Painkiller, and that's certainly the case with your new album, Nostradamus. It's distinctly Priest, but a Priest no one's ever heard before.
Yeah, I like that. I like that wording. And that's sort of the way it turned out. We wanted to do something different and step into areas, musical areas that we can't normally do with Priest. And the subject matter and the whole complexion of the album enabled us to do that. But as you say, when we'd finished it and pieced it all together, it's still very much Judas Priest. So it's something we're very proud of.
Your interpretation on Nostradamus focuses a lot on who he was as a man, everything he went through, his trials and tribulations, in addition to his alleged clairvoyant capabilities. Rob, when you would go into the studio to record your vocals or write down some lyrics, would you liken that experience to a method actor who temporarily becomes the character they portray?
No, I don't think it through that much. I mean, my role in the band is no different to Glenn and K.K.'s and Ian's and Scott's. You basically get into the vibe of what you're trying to do in that specific moment in that song. I mean, if the guys are doing an insane, crazy lead break, then that's the emotion for that, and so it is for a singer. You look at the words and you interpret the emotional feeling of that. I've always felt that if you think it through too much, you destroy it somehow. You destroy the soul of something. So once we've all got the plot down for the lyrical approach, and we worked out the melodies, then you just keep doing take after take until you hit it.
Nostradamus debuted on the U.S. Billboard album charts, number 11, your highest charting position in the U.S. to date. How does it feel to get such mainstream recognition in the U.S.?
Always good, recognition is good. Obviously people know we've been coming to the States now for many years, I think since the late 70s. Always having a great time here, the audiences are always great, and it's great just to be able to keep building momentum all the time, as long, the longer we're around, we seem to be obviously always building, which is great, and as you say, to have the highest debut album we've ever had, what can we say? Whatever next?
Yeah.
We're heading towards number 1 soon, though, aren't we?
Oh, without a doubt.
Soon,
11's
good, but
away.
Next time.
Since regrouping with Rob back in 2003, you guys have spent the better part of the last 5 years either in the studio recording or out on the road. Where did you find the time to write and record such a masterpiece as the new double album?
No, we had quite a bit of time off. We've been putting it together for the last 2 years, so it hasn't been solid for 2 years, but we've been piecing it together for 2 years. So
and the fact is, if you look at the history of this band, we've been writing the music for a record, recording it, and going on tour. We've been doing that for like over 35 years, and to do something like this, you need to be able to take as much time as you need to be able to take to get the job done properly, because in most instances it's a one-off opportunity. There may never be another concept album from Priest.
Yeah.
So this is the one that we've been gearing ourselves up to trying to make for many years, So it's out, it's ready, it's in the metal void, and people are getting into it, finding out about this incredible man.
And like you were saying, about making metal music for well over 30 years, what do you attribute the longevity of the success of Judas Priest to?
I think it's our belief in music and heavy metal. We genuinely love to play Judas Priest music. We genuinely love heavy metal. I think there's a lot of bands out there particularly nowadays, that go out for the wrong reasons. But we love what we do. We've always been flying the flag for metal, been true to it. When other bands have dropped the tag because it's become unfashionable or they think it's unfashionable, we stuck to our guns and we believe in what we do. And I think the kids can detect genuine, bands that are genuine and get on stage and play with them, which is what we always do with an audience. It's not just us and the audience; it's the whole thing.
And we always remember, of course, the fans as well. The fans drive us, the fans give us the energy. When we go out on stage here tonight in San Antonio, that power that the fans give us, we take that back with us when we go home to England, and you never forget that. You know that that's waiting for you back in America or anywhere in the world, and that's a great incentive, to keep you motivated, because the fans just keep us inspired, give us the energy.
Rob, I had a question for you. You've mentioned in the past that you're quite a fan of the black metal genre and expressed an interest in working with members of Emperor and Dimmu Borgir. Is that something you've ever had the chance to talk to them about face to face? And how would you approach that vocally?
Not really, not face to face. I mean, it'll happen or it won't happen. I just admire that kind of music, and I think it's just fun to consider the possibilities. Life is short, there's nothing worse than having regrets. What if I'd have tried this? Would it have happened? Would it have sounded great? Would it have sounded like shit? You don't know until you find the chance to do that, But Priest is this all-consuming animal. It just takes all your time and all your energy and all your passion to keep this great band alive. And I think that's where, obviously, everybody in Priest is focused. And if there's a little bit of side time, we'll see what happens, but that seems undoubtable right now with the release of the Nostradamus record. We've got so much work to do and so many exciting things that we want to make happen for the fans in the near future.
Oh, okay. Because my next question was if there was any downtime after the touring cycle for Nostradamus, Glenn, if you were going to work on a follow-up to Baptism of Fire.
No, I have no plans to do that. There was a second album of that with John Entwistle and Cozy Powell, which I mentioned because it was great to work with those guys. I love Judas Priest more than anything. There's so many exciting options left for this band, and we've got limited time. Let's be honest. We've been around for 40 years, so at the moment I have no plans. No.
KK, I was going to tell you I love your new website, The Steel Mill. It's a great place for fans to read CD reviews and interviews with different bands. And now they can even download your autobiography as a PDF. Any plans to put that into hardcover form?
Haven't thought about it, no. Obviously if it's there as a free download, I mean, there's no real other point really. It's there for everyone if they want to check it out.
So guys, what's next for Judas Priest?
A show in a few minutes. But it'll be over by the time you see this probably. But we got a lot more work to do.
Yeah.
We're going to go from America to Australia. We haven't been there as the original lineup before. That'll be exciting. We're going to Korea for the very first time. We're going back to Japan for the umpteenth time for our Japanese fans. Then we're doing Mexico, South America. We'll take a little bit of a Christmas break, and then we start touring the world again in early 2009. With some exciting things that we're planning right now that we can't really tell you, but we'll have to wait and see. But all of next year is pretty much road work.
Well, I'm no clairvoyant, but I predict you guys are going to kick a whole lot of ass on stage tonight. I'd like to thank all three of you for taking the time to chat with me today. You guys have always been one of my favorite heavy metal bands, so it's an absolute honor. And also thanks to Jane Andrews and Chip Ruggieri for setting this up. Before we wrap this up, is there anything else you'd like to say to your millions of metal fans out there?
Just thank you for looking after the Priest, for your loyalty and your devotion. We thank you very much for that. You keep us roaring and making the metal, so keep the metal alive. Thanks.